Hi, welcome to Monterey Cooking. I'm Cookin Pisto. Hey, we're down on famous Fisherman's Wharf in Monterey. Folks, this wharf has a tremendous past to it. You know, it was built by the Spanish in, I believe, the 1700s. It was built of stone then, and then gradually in the early 1900s, as the fishing industry was born here in Monterey, it was transformed and built, made out of wood, and it became the center for our fishing, for all the fishing boats and the net tanning and all the commerce that goes along with commercial fishing. Now it's, in the last few years, it's been changed to have all these beautiful restaurants and gift shops, and you know, it's probably one of the best wharfs on the whole Pacific coast. Boy, I'd love to show you around, so come on, let's go. Okay, my first stop is right by the general store and the Captain's Gig restaurant. And look at this beautiful view. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful marina before us. You can see Mount Taro in the background, San Joaquin, the foothills here. Look at all this pine forest up there, the beautiful homes. This is really paradise. A lot of people don't realize just how beautiful things are from Fisherman's Wharf. You know, we got a lot of these little nooks and crannies, and you know, they're fun to explore, and especially if you're into photography or just like to see beautiful things. This is a little shot of Otter's Cove out of Abelinetti's restaurant, and it's open to the public, and if you look real hard, you can see seals on the rocks, and there's different kind of seabirds. A lot of activity here, a lot of activity. Well, as you can see, the panorama from here is unbelievable. I mean, look at the beautiful mountains in the back of us and all this beautiful ocean. And I tell you, they even have some binoculars here where you can see right across the bay, which is about 20 miles, you can see Santa Cruz. If you like photography, if you like beautiful things, Fisherman's Wharf, this is a viewing platform above a restaurant called Rappa's. It's at the very, very end. You know, Fisherman's Wharf's got everything. You want smoked salmon, make a sandwich for you, or you can just eat it plain. Or if you want a seafood cocktail, look at this. How about a shrimp cocktail? Got shrimp, squid cocktails, everything you want. Thanks a lot. Well, this is my buddy Vince Ligori. How you doing, Vincenzo?
Good to see you.
It's one of the last remaining fish markets on the wharf. Look at this, live stuff. I mean, this stuff is kicking. Now, this is a spiny lobster. Vincenzo, these coming where?
These are coming out of Santa Barbara area, Channel Islands.
Nice and live.
And they're going out of season pretty soon, and this is our Dungeness from
now,
Oregon, Washington.
Those people on the East Coast, they have the blue crab. Now, that's not a crab. This is a crab.
Yeah, this is a better crab. Far superior crab is this one here.
I mean, when you eat one of these, you eat a crab. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Good. Well, you know, Fisherman's Wharf here, we got 9 different restaurants. We got one that specializes in just squid. We have live tanks where you can pull your food right actually from the tank and they'll cook it for you. We have white tablecloths, and we have very casual family dining also. You know, also if you want to just get a little cocktail, a shrimp cocktail, oyster cocktail, or even a bowl of clam chowder, they'll serve you in a bread bowl and walk around. You can do that too. Isn't that neat? Well, I hope you enjoyed the little tour of Fisherman's Wharf. I sure enjoyed showing you around. Now we're going to go home. I'm going to cook you something, and we're going to team it up with some Monterey County wines. We had a great walk on the wharf, wasn't it? It was really interesting. Well, let me introduce you to Caroline Pike. Hi, Caroline.
Hi. How are you doing today?
We're doing real good. She's in charge of the wine tasting room for Baywood Cellars down on Kennery Road, right across from the plaza. If you haven't been there, I really suggest you go try the wines. They've got a very friendly staff.
We do.
And they love to help, especially people that are newcomers that aren't used to drinking wine or don't really know how to drink wine, or taste wine, I should say. Caroline, you know what I thought we'd make, because I know that some of what your line of wines are. I thought we'd make some crab cakes.
Oh, my favorite. I love your crab cakes. No.
No?
No.
Okay, they're real simple to make. A lot of people don't like to fool with them because they think they're hard to make. Well, in a way they are. First of all, you got to get some crabs.
Fresh crab.
And if you got crab, then you know you're halfway there. And I like to use the Dungeness. While I start this, let's talk about the wine tasting room a little bit. And before we start, I'm gonna just saute some onion and some bell pepper and some garlic first. Okay.
All right.
So let's talk about the tasting room.
Well, the tasting room is open 7 days a week till 7 or 8. We open at 11 in the morning, and being in the location we get a lot of people from all over the world. You know, they come for the Monterey wine, believe it or not, from all over Europe. So we really have an interesting group of people to meet and serve. I think the Monterey wines have really become so popular.
I'm
And the
curious.
food in Monterey is superior. The two pair up so well, right?
What are the French or what are the Europeans saying about our wines?
They love our wines.
I mean,
I think the French still want Bordeaux a little bit, you know. But we schmooze them a little bit and get them to realize and sometimes admit how great the Monterey wines are. Some do, some don't.
How interesting. Well, it's nice that you get such a nice variety of people there to demonstrate just really how good our wines are. So, how long have you been there?
Yeah, going on 3 years, and we're really finding that we're seeing more people this time of year than we ever even expected. I think maybe 5,000 came through the tasting room last year.
Wow!
So that was a lot of referrals to our Monterey restaurants and a lot of wine really being sold and introduced.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're blessed. I think really California, Central California, is really blessed. We've got it all, and you know it's hard to tell. Well, it's not hard to tell them, but I'd like to share with people that we've got wines. I mean, 32 wineries here. Yeah. You can do tasting. I mean, if you're a wine nut, any part of the country, you come here, you can eat in the finest restaurants.
Yes.
Taste the finest wines. You can go fishing. You go boat riding. Go see whales. I mean, you go half hour inland and you see grapes growing by the acres. And how many acres do you have under cultivation?
Total, I think in the Monterey area, maybe 1,000 between San Luis Obispo County and Monterey.
And
I could be wrong.
Okay, and how many cases are you folks producing?
I think about 15,000 a year.
Wow. So you're considered definitely a boutique winery.
Yeah, still.
Now, you folks do one wine that I'm just enchanted with, and it's called Symphony.
Oh, that's...
Now, tell the folks the story. And this is for people this is a wine that if you live in a place you have hot summer days and you want something very refreshing, you ice this down and maybe you have some cheese and some fruit, or maybe a couple of crab cakes.
A couple crab cakes.
And I'll tell you, tell people about it. Nice story.
That is a hybrid grape, and it's not too well known yet. In the tasting room, we've had a great opportunity to share that and introduce it. It's a bit fruity. When we call it a hybrid grape, that means that it was a crossbreed between the Grenache Gris and the Muscat of Alexandria. So there's a hint of florally, almost sweetness there, but it's very, very fresh and crisp too.
It's not a Kool-Aid type of. It's a serious wine.
It's low alcohol though.
But it's really serious.
Has a lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor.
A lot of flavor. Actually, I think that more restaurants will want to introduce that because of its uniqueness.
Yep.
It's still very, very unique.
I'm with you.
So we're having a lot of fun with that. Yep. When someone thinks that they won't want to try it. It's been real interesting to watch them go, oh my gosh, that's
Well,
really, really
Tell
good.
you, knocked me off my feet. Okay, I'm going to add some sensational
that?
seasoning. Right?
Ah,
And we want this to be a little on the fiery side. And then I'm going to add a little bit of breadcrumb. Not much. Or cracker meal works too. And you see how much? It's very, very small. I'm not putting hardly any filler in these. Okay, we got salt, pepper. We'll get
Garlic.
the frying pan ready. We're going to put a little bit of garlic in there. We fry our stuff in olive oil in this house, I'll tell you that.
a lot of olive oil.
Yep.
Big bottle.
Okay, and we got to give it a little bit of mustard. So
Oh,
Symphony,
really? Hot mustard.
a little
Okay.
bit of mustard in there.
Mm.
Put too much, it makes it bitter.
So the symphony would go excellent with this.
Oh, this
really,
I'm
really great. I
real-
can taste it already.
Just want to bind it. And then, mayonnaise.
Good. Mayo
See?
back in the picture, huh?
That's
It's like
it.
butter.
Oh, yes.
Lots of mayo.
You gotta bind this with something. And this is all crab meat. There's hardly anything else in here.
It sure is.
You see that? Okay.
Is that enough for you and I, or
Well,
that might be enough for you?
I don't know. How big of an eater are you?
Well, if I ate all this food, I'd be a very big eater. I could just hang out.
Okay, we're gonna let that tighten up a little bit. We'll be right back. So I form it and I coat it in a Japanese breading called panko.
Oh, I've never heard of that, John.
And we lay that right in there. And the secret to crab cakes is you don't handle them too much.
Is that the only secret?
Well, that's one of the secrets. And fresh crabs. And you got to have fresh crabs.
Yes. Oh.
See that? These are very expensive when you order these in a
Sure.
Restaurant because
Sure
you see
they
it's all
will.
crab. Now I know, well, I'm not going to say that.
No.
So let's talk about the wine tasting. How long have you been there?
I've been there almost a year. In May will be a year. It's all been very new to me because I haven't done this before. So this has been quite an enjoyable experience, but very new. But meeting the thousands of people, I think, is
Oh, that's great. Isn't
just
that
the greatest
nice?
part of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that part too. Well, this kind of business we're in, you know, it's service business, and if you don't like people, you become a sheep herder or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, that's done. Good. Oh.
How long are these going to cook?
Well, I want to brown these. Now, everything's cooked in here, so all we want to do is just kind of
So
brown
they're
it.
just browning.
That's all. And I'm using real good olive
The
oil.
best olive oil. Where's it from?
Well, this is I think Italian olive oil. Actually, it's probably too strong, but it's okay. This will work.
So you could use like an extra virgin or a light.
Well, I'd use
You
a
wouldn't want to,
lighter.
would you?
I'd use a light oil, maybe even half butter. Mm-hmm. We'll put a little chunk of butter in there
Sure.
just for a little flavor. We'll drain these.
And all the seasonings are already in it,
Yep.
so you don't have to do anything there.
But let's talk wine. What's your favorite wine?
Oh,
There.
red wine's my favorite. I think the Merlot and the Zinfandel. The red Zinfandel is kind of a cool climate Zin from Monterey County, and it's just very, very unique because it's not too peppery on the finish and goes with anything. I always say that I love it with crab cakes or a rack of
Really?
lamb.
Okay.
So I think the Monterey Zinfandel would be my favorite.
Okay, so I think we're going to try the Zen with this.
That's perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
You'd
Well,
have thought the symphony, right?
Uh-huh.
The symphony would do great with
well, I'm kind of partial to that wine because it's so unusual, it's so
it.
different.
It is.
And-
It is.
But we can try the Chardonnay with this too. I'm
Sure,
sure I'll be delicious.
sure.
And you know what I'll do? I'll make a butter lemon sauce on these. Real simple, a little thyme.
Okay. Are
And,
they turning time now?
Yeah, I think so. Oh boy. Yep. Pretty delicate.
Smell good?
Looking good.
I think any of the wines really that we have would go well with this. just about any of them.
Well, we're going to find out.
They're
Let me
very
tell you.
unique.
Great. Okay, this is going to take a few minutes to cook, folks. Okay, Caroline, see how easy that was?
Oh, yeah.
Now we just want to put it here. You know, Caroline asked me if I ever break these. Of course I do.
Not on camera.
All the time. Not unusual. So, see, extra grease or
So
extra.
just drain them on that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Crab cakes. These are real.
Well, what'd you do with the rest of it, John? I mean,
real thing. Sorry.
do you hide the rest of it? The
Yeah,
crab
it's
cakes?
for the crew.
Okay.
If I don't save these,
You gotta feed the crew well.
they get mean.
That's right.
Okay, real fast, a real fast sauce. I mean, this has got to be the fastest sauce. You got some of that wine around?
Which one do you want, Symphony?
I think the Symphony. We're going to go a little garlic and a little butter. Now you eat buttered, right?
Of course.
That a girl. Okay, yes, we're just barely going to get this going. Little lemon right in there.
I can't believe it.
A little bit of
Like that.
wine, like that.
No way.
And we just want that to melt. Maybe a
What
little
a great
bit
lesson I'm getting.
more garlic. And maybe a little bit of thyme. Like that. And then some parsley.
No olive oil in this one.
Nope. And a little bit of parsley.
Good
Salt,
amount of parsley.
capers. Whole capers. And we just barely want this to warm up, or just barely to cook. Because we want a nice,
Oh, it smells fabulous.
healthy sauce in there. A little bit more lemon. So the lemon in the Symphony is still going to work.
Still gonna work.
Good.
You've done the Symphony and the risotto.
Well, it's a fascinating new wine. I hope to see it in distributed widely.
I will
because it's,
supply you with enough to
Good.
experiment with.
you know, this is going to be one we'll be using here.
The new cookbook.
Okay, little here, little here, little here, little here.
Oh, God. My goodness. Beautiful.
Okay, that's done. Let's go on to our next dish. When we come back, I'm going to show you to make a classic that's hard to find called Crab Louis. I've done is use good quality mayonnaise. You got to use dill, chopped dill pickles, horseradish, ketchup, and
A lot of Tabasco.
lots
That's
because
a little.
because I like it.
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
do too.
And I'm going to do some chopped capers here, like that. And I like it a little on the spicy or the tangy side.
I guess you do.
And a little bit of lemon. And we're going to do, well, the old days they would use onions.
A real onion.
So we'll dice the onion real, real fine.
How much of an onion are you going to put in there?
Not too much.
It's like a
Just a
quarter, maybe less.
That's
huh?
all. Okay, now you can go ahead and mix that up.
Sure.
And we'll start fabricating. I'm using butter lettuce, but the real stuff was romaine. Romaine or butter. Shred a little bit of the iceberg. All right. And then cut it in big chunks. Okay, in big chunks, folks. Not small chunks, big chunks. All right. Next we do some crab meat. Now in the old days, they weren't shy. And they'd make a salad. Now the stuff's getting so expensive. I think
I
probably
know.
That's why you don't see it anymore.
That could be.
Expensive salad
That could
to
be,
make.
yes.
I mean, this stuff retails now for like $20 a pound. So today we can be extravagant.
Well, we like to pay for what we
Look
get.
at that. Absolutely. How's that?
Oh, that is fabulous.
Okay, now we
That's
start
gotta
the
be
decoration.
best.
Always had
Eggs.
hard-boiled eggs. At least 2. Always had dill pickle. Okay, we do this,
Oh,
and like this. Always had olives. Now I'm using Greek olives.
yeah.
The old days we used to use the regular, I call them the fake olives, because they don't really taste like olives.
No, they don't.
No.
Those are
Okay,
beautiful olives.
then we'd have pieces of green bell pepper. And we'll just throw that here, 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 and here.
Oh, I
Then,
can't wait for that.
beautiful
Wonderful
slices
tomatoes.
of tomatoes like this. And load it up. And then we'd have the green onions around here like this, and like this, and like this, and sourdough bread. And then they do this.
With this, I want to have the Monterey Zinfandel, believe it
Okay,
or not.
good.
And even the Chardonnay would be beautiful with that,
so.
I feel.
A lot of tang in the set in the
Definitely.
dressing.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, one thing I forgot. You gotta give it
A lot of
cracked
pepper.
pepper. Okay, thanks for watching. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. I enjoyed it.
Thanks for joining.
What a
You're-
lesson.
You're a lot of fun too. Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much. And don't forget Baywood Cellar Wines, Canyon
Don't
Rose.
forget. That's it.
Okay, Symphony.
All right.
Okay, thank you.